everybody. I am here at the campground again, and I think I just heard my husband pull back in from taking my son to get something to eat before bringing him back home. We came up here earlier than usual today, and we hung out a little bit in the hot tub, which was cool. No, it wasn't. It was warm. It was really nice, but it's late September. It was a very very nice day. It's a little cool wind, but that's why we opted for the hot tub, right? And then when we were getting out, we noticed, or I noticed, a little mouse on the steps to get out of the pool, and he was just poor thing. He was wet. He was trying to survive, and he didn't know how. So I kind of encouraged him to hop out of the pool, and then he dried off. But let's see what we're gonna do tonight. Hi Sheila, glad you could make it. And I'm gonna turn you down, and we will get started. All right, so here is my little paper pumpkin kit, and I'm gonna have to pop this into the holder just right. Hi Reba, nice to see you. And see if I can, there we go. That's getting the shadow out a little bit, I think. It's falling. I'm having trouble with my holder tonight. I'm not quite sure why. Oh, I know why. No, I don't know why. I'll tighten things up a little bit. Okay. This is what happens when you have to take your camera stand back and forth to camp. This stand has gotten quite a bit of use. All right, we're going to ignore the little shadows. It's down here. I can't help that. All right, we've got a paper pumpkin tonight, and mine just came. Let me know in the comments or in the chat whether or not you are a paper pumpkin subscriber and fan. I am, because I design a whole lot of stuff, and sometimes it's nice just to have some quick and beautiful cards to create where I don't have to do the thinking. And I do know that I don't think I brought my scissors, which is probably not going to be much of a problem, except for I need to be able to get into my ink pad here. And I'm going to use a knife, and this could end badly, everybody. We're going to try to be safe. Getting into these things is the hardest part. I bet you'll agree with me. I usually have the scissor blade to help me, but I'll keep trying. So this morning I got up very early. Well, truth be told, I had 2 very long days, Wednesday and Thursday, at my other job, and I crashed very hard on the couch last night and got up at like, I don't know, 4:30, and I thought, I could go to bed, or I could just do this one thing to help me get ready to go camping. And that was to create a video that, oh my goodness, I can't get in this thing. That was to create a video so that I could edit it for Sunday while I'm camping. So I did that. And then I thought, well, I should probably also do my Clubhouse video. So Clubhouse, I'm just going to talk while I'm trying to open this. And then at some point I might give up and just ask my husband to open it. But it's okay, honey. I'll keep trying. He turned and looked. All right, I think I got it. I think I've got it. Clubhouse is a monthly class that I do, and it is subscription based if you want it to be. It doesn't have to be. Subscription based just really means that you're kind of signed up month to month until you cancel it. There are some perks for being a subscriber. Like every 6 months you get a thank you gift valued at $25. And of course, you know, the payment comes out automatically, so you don't even have to think about it. But you can just order it as you know, just a separate class too. And I do it by mail or I do it in person. I offer both. And so I knew the cards that I wanted to do because those are decided at the end of every month for the following month. But I just needed to prep now that the registration period for my September class is closed. So I went ahead and I filmed that. So I have that to edit as well, so I can get that mailed out, or we are set up in class next week. So that's on the 27th. So I am in pretty good shape, I think, but I am tired. In fact, I fell asleep because my husband brought Matthew home. I fell asleep. Look at these beautiful, beautiful envelopes with the beautiful patterned paper. So this coordinates with the Autumn Toile Designer Series paper that's in our September to December mini. So I fell asleep and I woke up and I panicked because my alarm hadn't gone off, and I think it's because I had my earbuds in, and it was terrible. But I made it. Look at that. Okay, so we've got these beautiful cards, and I don't usually make alternatives to these. I just craft them as they are so I can have some cards and send them out. But sometimes I do like to either save the pieces and maybe include it as a thank you gift to somebody who's placed an order, or occasionally I'll look for some alternatives or even design some alternatives myself. But if I were going to do that, I would not want the back side. So when you fold this, you know, this is going to be the back side. Nobody pays attention to the back side, so I would make 2 card fronts out of this. So you can really extend your paper pumpkin kit quite a bit by doing that. So here we have some corn stalks. This is really pretty too. And then this makes 9 cards, 3 of 3 different designs. So we've got this beautiful, kind of reminds me of grid paper for when I was teaching geometry or trigonometry, all those fun things. And then we've got some beautiful metal accents. And these metallic accents are the same color, excuse me, as the earthen toned metallic specialty paper. And let me just tell you, that paper is gorgeous. It is my favorite metal color. It's not really, it's kind of like a bronze, but not. It is just gorgeous. And then we have some labels that also have those metallic elements to them. And then we've got just this kind of looks canvasy or maybe linen. Excuse me. And we've got these little frames. So that's a tree. Had to think for a second there. Did I mention that I just woke up? And then we've got all these die cuts. Now when I'm doing the die cuts, when I'm punching them out, I put them all together, stack them all together, and then they all kind of just come out nicely all at once, so you don't have to spend a whole lot of time. Oh, look, there's a cute little fox. So in the Autumn Toile Designer Series paper, there's a little fox that's in the background of some of the papers. I really love that suite. In fact, I am basing my fall retreat off of it. So there we've got all those pieces. And then we've got the stamp case cover. And in case you haven't heard, our stamp cases are changing. They're not going to be clamshell cases anymore, like, you know, DVD holder cases. They're going to be the sleeves like our dies come in. And I have a ton of those because I usually take my stamp cases and put just my dies in them without their case. So they're all in one spot where they go together. And so I have plenty of these that I can add to my shelf. So we've got some nice little images here. Usually don't have to use a lot of these stamps on your paper pumpkin cards. But we've got some geese and some leaves, and these will just be beautiful, stamped and colored. You can make a nice little border. Some pumpkins and some acorns and just some really nice sentiments. Came with a Cajun Craze spot, some pecan pie ribbon, and of course the adhesives that you'll need. My husband doesn't realize that that's pretty loud over here, but he'll just have to bear with him while he fills the pot and gets the corn started for dinner afterward. So these are the 3 different cards that we will be making. Well, I'm not going to make them all tonight. We're going to make something. Which one should we do? I would like you to tell me in the comment section. Which one? We've got the tree, the leaves, or the fox. Which one should we do? I'll let you tell me. So the name of this is Fall for Twirl. And you can see it has all the directions inside that you need, which is one great thing about the kit. I mean, it comes with everything that you need. I don't even need scissors in this case, although I might want them to trim the ends of this. I'll be very careful with the ends so I don't have to. Ooh, looks like the ends might even be finished on this. Nice. So let's see. I see a vote for fox and another vote for fox. Looks like we're doing the fox one. All right. So let's see. I totally thought you guys would pick this one right here. That one's my favorite, although I kind of like that one too, but all right. I guess I'm having corn tonight, so we might as well do this one. So it says, so there's an instruction page right here, but this page right here will tell you what you need for each particular card. So for the tree card, I would just put all those pieces in one pile. So we need the envelopes and the card bases and the frames with the tree, and then you need the circle, and that color that's inside there, it looks to be basic beige with that metal outside. And look how they give you 4 when you're only making 3 cards. Because, you know, sometimes things happen. So that's one project that we're not doing because you want to do something else. And then we've got these envelopes that we need for the cards that go on the linen canvas. I don't know what it is. That, and we're going to need the leaves for that. So I'm going to put all those there. Always helps to be a little organized when you start, because then things go much, much quicker. And Sheila's probably laughing at me right now because there's an organization to me, but my room, we were talking yesterday because we're both in this group, and one of the homework assignments was to clean and organize your stamp room. Well, mine is a disaster, and Sheila's before looks like my after. Sheila always works from a neat space. I can't. I mean, I say I can't. I mean, I could, and I do sometimes, but it never stays very neat. All right, those of you that are chatting, which looks to be right now just Reba and Sheila, even though there are more of you on, are you guys messy stampers? Or I should say this, is your craft room or your stamp area tidy right now or not so tidy? I'd love to know. Go ahead and comment if you can. Remember, the only thing you need to do to comment is to sign in to YouTube, which is your Gmail account. If you don't have a Gmail account, then I don't know, I guess you can't sign in, but you have, it's really nice how it all works together, Gmail and YouTube, and I lock myself out of Facebook, Gmail lets me in, it's nice. All right, so I've got these pieces, and then I needed my ribbon, and that's all for that project, which we're not doing. So now we come to the fox, and we need these and our card bases. We need the corn, the fox, and the pumpkins. Plus we need these banners. Okay, and it will also tell you you're going to need a couple sentiments in the geese, or 1 sentiment in the geese, and some adhesive. So now let's turn to the directions. I made a good amount of progress this morning because, you know, as I mentioned, I got up really, really early. And then when I went to record my videos for the clubhouse, my phone was dead because I charge it at night, but I fell asleep on the couch, so it didn't get charged. So I had to go charge it. And so while I was charging it, I started cleaning some. So I've got a little bit of a, there's a little improvement there. Not a lot, but some. And I mailed off to one of my team members who is raising funds for I think it's a school in Zimbabwe. I mailed off 144 cards for her to sell to raise funds. So I was happy to get some of those out of my craft room. And that's not all the cards I have, by the way. I've got more. Some I'll use as gifts, and some I'll use as incentives or thank yous for ordering. So let's see. Where am I? All right. Step 1, it says we're going to take the thinking of you and stamp onto the banner. And this little piece of chipboard, it makes a nice little cushion for you to stamp on, because it's just soft enough. And it's a lot smoother than this table. This table's pretty smooth, but it does have some ridges. So we're going to find the Thinking of You stamp, which is right down here at the bottom. All right, nobody's telling me. Sheila, what's the wow for? Nobody's telling me what their craft room looks like. Sheila, you don't have to answer that because I know what yours looks like. Looks like what mine should. All right, so I'm going to take my little ink spot here, which is perfect for traveling. And that really is why I love paper pumpkins so much, because, you know, I can take this to the campground or to the cabin in New Hampshire, and I don't have to bring a ton of stuff. I just have to bring this. I don't even have to bring my blocks anymore because I keep a block in the camper, because a clear block only comes with your first paper pumpkin. And I also keep a clear block at the cabin in New Hampshire because I have plenty of times forgotten that. Now, I am gonna stamp them all. Why not? I'm here. See how quick and easy they are to put together. I'm not gonna put them all together because I think I'm gonna make this a little packet to maybe give to somebody that I see, and they'll be able to put their card together themselves. So it'll be like a joint effort. And it looks like I am 2 for 2 on the stamping of my thinking of you. So far, everything's straight, which is nice. I don't think this one is, though. Oh, I guess it is. I was wrong. I even have my handy dandy little chamois. So cute. All right. Sheila will recognize this because when she and another teammate, Deb, and I went to a Stampin' Up! Event on stage, I gave them each a little mini chamois to take with them in this little case. So cute. All right, so that's done. And it says we're going to need the pumpkins and the fox, and then I'm going to need the geese. So I'm going to stamp my geese right up here in the top of my coin. So let's do that. Oh, the number of cards I mailed. Yeah. And believe it or not, I was really surprised. It was only $7 and something cents because I use a shipping, well, I don't know what to call it. It's a company called Pirate Ship, and it just gives you discounted shipping on your packages. Doesn't cost a thing. Which way are these geese flying? I'm going to have to stamp it to find out. I think that's upside down. Yeah, I want my V to be going to the right. So if you whether you ship 1 package or 10 packages a month or even 1 a year, you should check out Pirate Ship. It's very easy. You don't need any special equipment. You do need a scale because you have to know how much things weigh. Or you could take it to the post office and ask them to weigh it for you. And then you get to choose whether you mail it USPS or UPS. It'll tell you the best way, it'll tell you the cheapest way, and it'll give you both amounts. I find that in general, USPS is the cheaper of the 2 options, but not always. Even tells you when you can expect it to arrive. There's tracking. So, Christmas is coming up. If you ship a lot of presents, you should check out Pirate Ship. It has saved me a lot of money. Okay. And there's the rest of my geese. Okay. So I think all the stamping is done on this. Now it's just time to go ahead and put things together. We'll assemble stuff. All right. Put that back. Stick that right in here so I don't lose it. I don't think I'll lose it. All right, now my instructions are going to tell me I'm going to put dimensionals basically on everything. Dimensionals across the back of my banner, and they're mini dimensionals, on the pumpkins and on the fox and all over the back of this corn thing. That sounds easy enough. Anybody got any really special plans this weekend? Go ahead and type it in the comments. I've got a friend coming over to the campground. She and her boys are coming over, and we'll probably play some games. And the boys might go fishing with Peter. And then I have another friend and his family are coming up a little bit later in the day. Friends, my boss as well, but he is my friend. And again, we'll play games. he's going to some sort of family fun day at the Lindt Chocolate Factory that's in southern New Hampshire tomorrow, because he has a sister whose spouse works there, I guess. Maintenance department. I don't know. But he gets to go, and I am pretty sure he might come bearing Lindt chocolate when he arrives at the campground. So he is a very welcome guest. We don't usually have guests up here, but because it does cost a little bit of money now that it's a Jellystone, and they've got all sorts of amenities, even though they'll likely just stay at our campsite and play games with us for a few hours. You know what this means for my quarter jar though, right? It means I won't get many quarters tomorrow because we don't count wins and losses when other people are playing with us. How am I going to fill my jar? I'm going to have to make them go home early. I'm just kidding. Sort of. None of them are watching, so don't tell them. Sheila knows them all, so Sheila, mom's the word. All right, lots of little dimensionals. Only thing worse than putting these dimensionals on here is gonna be what? That's right. Taking the backs off. It's not hard, it's just tedious. They come off pretty easily. All right. Now I like to fold my card because I need to know where the front is, and or where the halfway point is anyway, so I can line things up. That looks pretty good. And then we're going to put our little pumpkins on here. And so even though I have the dimensionals all on the back of these guys, I don't need to apply them right now. That's going to be great for people that I give this to. All they have to do is remove the backs and stick, and then I'll have a card, and they can say they made it, because they sort of did. They assembled it. Just like how, a car can be made in America if it's assembled there. Well, I think I want to go down a little bit. And see, there is that really pretty card. And I can stamp something on the inside, and I think I want to because it's kind of plain and boring on the inside. Let's see what we got for stamps we can put on the inside. Let's see. I think I'm gonna just put some pumpkin outlines in there. I don't have anything to color it with, so I don't have a blender pen to pick up some ink to color in the pumpkins. I might do that when I get home. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe, maybe not. So let's ink this up. And there we have some pumpkins. And you could stamp them all along here if you wanted to. I could show you, you know what, I could show you a technique. No, I can't because I don't have my scissors. Where you can see that this little pumpkin is in back of the other pumpkin. That's because that's the way the stamp was made. But if I stamped this on a piece of scrap paper, oh, you know what, I do have something I can use. Hold on. It's not great something, but it's something. I'm going to go ahead and stamp this again on just a piece of copy paper. And I'm going to go across the room and see if I can find some scissors. They're not fine ones, but they will do for this purpose. I am creating a mask. And so what I want to do is I want to be able to put these pumpkins in back of this pumpkin right here, or I should say a little bit in back. I'm just going to cut off, and I want to cut inside the line that I see. Let me come up a little closer. I know I'm working a little far down. Okay, I just need to see that edge right here. Now I'm going to ink up my stamp again. Let's align my pumpkin here. And it's okay that I see a little bit of it peeking out. And so now look at what I've done. I've made a cluster of 4 pumpkins, and it looks like this one is in front of that one because I have masked off that portion. So don't be afraid to get a little creative. Masking is a great little technique to create some depth in your images. So that is tonight's card. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Where's the fox? Thanks, Reba. I forgot the fox. We got to put the fox on. Almost forgotten. He's my favorite part of the whole thing. All right. You look how cute he is. Let's see. Can you see? Is it focusing? I'm trying to see. Oh, there we go. So then we're just going to put him right on the ground, looking back over at the pumpkins. Maybe he's thinking he sees one of them moving. It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. All right, there is our card. Thanks for joining me. I hope you'll join me for Scrappy Sunday. If you're not into scrapbooking, that's fine. You know, I wasn't really either. I'm getting back now. I really just love having the kit all done for me for that as well. It's a great way to get pictures into albums, and I don't have to think too much about it. I just have to execute the plan that Stampin' Up! Gave me. So that's what I did, and you can join me on Sunday. And then the following Tuesday, I think it's this coming Tuesday, is if it's the 4th Tuesday of the month, which I believe it is, I've got Tune In Tuesday, and I've got 4 really great cards for you, so I hope you'll join me again for that. Thanks, and I hope you all have a great weekend. Toodles!